This is the voice of the Lord, your God. There is a moment in eternity that heaven holds its breath for, a moment when the stars pause, when the angels still their wings, when the very heartbeat of creation slows to a whisper, and in that sacred silence, your name is spoken. Not by chance, not by mistake, but by design, by fire. By a love so fierce, it carved your existence into the fabric of forever, before the world even knew you. This is not just a moment. This is your moment, and heaven is watching, waiting, leaning close, because what is about to unfold was written for you alone. You are not here by accident. You are not reading this by coincidence. The air around you, heavy with purpose, thick with the weight of a promise that has been circling your life for years. Through tears you hid, through nights you thought no one saw, through prayers you whispered when hope felt like a risk you couldn't afford. God says, my child, I heard every word, I saw every ache, and I never stopped preparing this moment for you. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of this divine intersection, his sword lowered, his eyes fixed not on a battle, but on you. He is not here to fight today. He is here to protect what heaven has sealed for you. A moment so holy, so fragile, that even the enemy trembles at the thought of you receiving it. And Jesus, oh Jesus, he's closer than your breath, his hands, still scarred from a love that refused to let you go. He's not speaking loudly now, he's whispering, because what he carries is too sacred to be shouted. You are mine, he says, and you always have been. Do you feel it? That stir in your chest, that warmth behind your eyes, that ache, that doesn't hurt but heals. That is not emotion. That is eternity touching time. That is heaven brushing against your soul, reminding you of who you were before the world told you who to be. Before the pain tried to rename you, before the losses convinced you that you were less than. God says, I gave you a name before the world gave you shame, and that name is still burning in my heart. This is not a message to warn you. This is a message to wake you. You have walked along in the shadows of almosts, almost loved, almost seen, almost enough. You have carried questions that felt like burdens, dreams that felt like ghosts, and a heart that beat through storms no one else could see. But this moment is different. This is heaven's yes. This is the moment where the scroll of your destiny is unsealed, where the silence breaks, where the divine hinge of your life swings open to reveal what God has been holding back, not to tease you, but to prepare you. Archangel Michael is circling now, not with urgency, but with reverence. His wings cast a shadow not of darkness, but of protection. He has been guarding this moment, waiting for the precise second when your heart was soft enough to receive it, strong enough to believe it, and brave enough to step into it. He whispers, beloved, if you had turned away, if you had closed your eyes, if you had let exhaustion win just one more time, you would have missed the unlocking of what heaven has been saving. But you didn't. You opened this, you stayed. And because you did, a chain has broken, a delay has dissolved. A door has opened with your name written in light on the other side. Jesus steps closer now, his presence so gentle, it feels like a breeze, but so heavy it steadies your trembling. He's not here to judge you. He's here to gather you, to collect every scattered piece of your hope, every prayer you thought fell unanswered, every piece of yourself you gave away to those who didn't know its worth. I saw it all, he says. Every tear you didn't let fall in front of them. Every night you smiled through the ache. Every time you chose to believe when it would have been easier to break. And I'm here to tell you, none of it was wasted. This is not about earning heaven's favor. You already have it. This is about receiving it. About letting your soul exhale. About letting the weight you've carried for so long finally fall. Because in heaven's eyes, you are not just enough, you are everything. The angels didn't gather because of what you've done. They gathered because of who you are. Soul God refused to let fade. A heart the enemy tried to silence, but couldn't. A light that kept burning, even when you couldn't see it yourself. God is speaking now. His voice softer than a whisper, yet louder than your doubts. My child, this is the moment I carved into eternity for you. This is the breath I saved for when you felt like you couldn't breathe. This is the promise I protected when the world tried to break you. And now, you are ready to hold what I've always meant for you. And now, beloved, pause, breathe, let the weight of this moment settle into your bones. You are not just a body moving through time. You are a soul heaven has never stopped singing over. Do you remember who you were before the world taught you to shrink, before the voices told you to hide, before the pain convinced you to guard your heart so tightly you forgot how to feel? God remembers. He has not forgotten the child who danced in dreams, who believed in miracles, who saw the world not as a battlefield, but as a canvas of wonder. That child is still within you, not lost, not buried, but waiting for this moment to rise again. Jesus kneels beside you now, his eyes holding every memory you thought was forgotten. I was there, he says, when you laughed without fear, when you loved without walls, when you prayed without doubting I was listening. And I was there when the world tried to steal that from you, when the betrayals came, when the promises broke, when the nights grew so heavy you wondered if morning would ever come. I was there, and I carried you. His voice is not one of pity, but of pride. Pride that you kept going, pride that you kept believing, pride that even when you felt empty, you never stopped being full of him. Archangel Michael steps forward, his presence a steady fire that burns away the lies you've carried. You are not what they said you were, he declares. You are not the failure they named you. You are not the rejection they left you with. You are not the silence they forced upon you. You are a song heaven has never stopped singing. He raises his hand, and the chains you didn't even realize you were wearing, chains of doubt, chains of fear, chains of not enough, begin to dissolve, not because you fought harder, but because you believed softer, because you opened your heart to this moment, and heaven responded with freedom. This is the remembering of your first name, not the one the world gave you, but the one God spoke before time began, the name that means chosen, the name that means seen, the name that means mine. You have walked through deserts, beloved, but you were never alone. You have carried wounds, but they were never your identity. You have waited, but you were never forgotten. God says, every step you took in the dark was a step toward my light. Every tear you shed was a seed I planted. And now, the harvest is here. This is not about going back to who you were. This is about stepping into who you are becoming. The world tried to tell you that your story ended with pain, that your heart was too broken to hold love, that your dreams were too fragile to survive. But heaven tells a different story, a story where your pain was preparation, where your brokenness was a blueprint, where your waiting was not a punishment, but a promise being perfected. And now, the shift has begun, the page has turned. The old chapter is fading, and the new one is written in gold. The divine love, but this moment, beloved, is not just about you. It is about the one heaven has been preparing for you. Yes, there is someone, a soul so intricately woven into the fabric of your destiny, that their name has been circling yours in the heavens for years. not a fantasy, not a fleeting hope, but a real, breathing person, shaped by the same divine hands that formed you. They have walked through their own fires, carried their own scars, and whispered their own prayers in the dark. And like you, they have been delayed, not denied. Like you, they have been shaped, not shattered. Like you, they are ready to meet the one whose heart mirrors their own. Archangel Michael stands guard over this promise, his eyes scanning the horizon of your life. This is not a love you have to chase, he says. This is a love you were created to recognize. He holds two names in his hands, yours and theirs, and the weight of them is heavier than gold, more precious than any treasure the world could offer. These names were written together, before the stars were hung, before the seas were poured, before the first heartbeat echoed in creation. And now, the moment of their meeting is drawing near. Jesus steps closer, his voice a melody of peace. I didn't just prepare a person for you, he says. I prepared a purpose. A love that doesn't just hold your hand, but holds your calling. A love that doesn't just see your face, but sees your anointing. A love that doesn't compete with your healing, but grows within it. This person is not coming to complete you. You're already whole. They are coming to walk with you, to reflect your light, to remind you of the softness you thought you'd lost. They are coming to be home. Do you feel it, beloved? That quiet pull in your spirit, that unnamed knowing that something is shifting. That is not your imagination. That is heaven aligning. This person has been moving toward you, not by accident, but by divine design. They have been through their own deserts, their own battles, their own moments of wondering if love was real. Unlike you, they have been protected. Not because they are perfect, but because they are yours. Their heart has been kept, not by their own strength, but by the angels who circled their name just as fiercely as they circled yours. God speaks now, his voice like a river washing over you. I did not forget your love story. I wrote it in a place where pain could not erase it, where delay could not destroy it, where fear could not silence it. And now, I am bringing it near. This love will not feel like striving. It will feel like arriving. It will not feel like a fight. It will feel like peace. It will not ask you to shrink. It will ask you to shine. And when you meet them, whether in a glance, a word, moment that feels like it was scripted by eternity, you will know, not because they are loud, but because they are true. This person may not come with trumpets or fanfare. They may come in a quiet moment, a shared smile, a conversation that feels like you've known them forever. They may come in a way that feels so ordinary you'll almost miss the divine, but your soul will not miss it. Your soul will recognize them, not because they are perfect, but because they are prepared. Prepared to see your scars and call them sacred. Prepared to hear your silence and call it strength. Prepared to walk beside you, not ahead, not behind, but with you, into the destiny heaven has written. The awakening, and now, beloved, the awakening begins. This is not just a moment of hearing. This is a moment of becoming. Heaven is not asking you to change. Heaven is asking you to remember the softness you buried to survive, to remember the dreams you set aside to please others, to remember the faith you held before the world taught you to doubt. This is the moment where you step out of the fog and into the light, not because you earned it, but because you were always meant for it. Archangel Michael stands at your right hand, his presence a shield against every lie that tries to pull you back. The chains are gone, he says. The delays are over. The doubts are silenced. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking. He's not guarding you from danger today. He's guiding you into destiny. His sword is not raised to fight, but to cut away the final threads of fear that cling to your spirit. And as they fall, you feel it, a lightness, a freedom, a knowing that what is coming cannot be undone. Jesus walks beside you, his steps matching yours, his smile a quiet promise. This is not about proving yourself, he says. This is about being yourself, the self I created, the self I carried, the self I love. And as he speaks, you feel the weight of guilt dissolve, the burden of what if fade, the ache of not enough transform into peace. This is not a test. This is a testimony of a heart that refused to stop beating, a soul that refused to stop believing, a life that refused to stop hoping. The room you are in is no longer just a room. It is a gate, a divine intersection where time and eternity meet. The air is alive with the sound of heaven singing, not loudly, but softly, because this moment is too holy for noise. The angels are not shouting. They are whispering, whispering your name, whispering their name, whispering the promise that what God has joined, no force in heaven or earth can separate. And God, oh God, he's smiling, not because you did everything right, but because you opened your heart to this moment. My child, he says, this is the day I wrote for you. The day the old fades and the new begins. The day the pain becomes purpose. The day the waiting becomes worship. And now you are ready to receive what I have been holding. The promise fulfilled, beloved. The promise is not coming. It is here. The love heaven prepared is not a distant hope. It is a present reality. You may not see it fully yet, but you feel it. That quiet shift, that gentle pull, that unexplainable peace that settles in your spirit. This is not a coincidence. This is a collision of your prayers with heaven's answers. A collision of your heart with the one it was made to recognize. A collision of your past with the future God has written. Archangel Michael stands still now, his hands open, holding the weight of your destiny. Look again, he says, not because you missed it, but because your heart needs to trust what your soul already knows. The person heaven prepared is near. They may be a stranger whose eyes feel like home. They may be a voice that speaks to parts of you you thought were silent. They may be a presence that makes your fears bow and your hopes rise. And when you meet them, it will not be loud. It will be soft. It will be sated. It will be sure. Jesus leans in, his voice a whisper of joy. This is what I wanted for you, he says. Not just love, but holy love. Love that reflects me. Love that restores you. Love that reminds you that you are never alone. And as he speaks, you feel it. The weight of your past dissolving, the ache of your waiting transforming into war. Every tear you shed was a seed. Every prayer you prayed was a stone in the foundation of this moment. And now, the promise is unfolding. This love will not rush you. It will not confuse you. It will not demand you change. It will simply see you, and in being seen, you will remember who you are. You will remember the light you carried before the world tried to dim it. You will remember the strength you held before the pain tried to break it. You will remember the love you were created for before the lies tried to steal it. Closing, breathe, beloved. Let the tears fall if they must. Let the joy rise if it will. This is not just a message. This is a visitation. Heaven has come near, not to warn you, but to welcome you. Not to judge you, but to love you. Not to push you, but to pull you into the destiny you were always meant to live. Archangel Michael stands at your side, his sword lowered, his presence a promise. I am not leaving, he says, not until every promise is fulfilled. Not until every wound is healed. Not until the one heaven prepared finds you and knows you. And Jesus, still smiling, still close, says, "You are loved. You are mine, and I never gave up on you, not once, not ever." God speaks one final time, his voice a melody that wraps around your soul. This is the moment I wrote for you, the moment your heart becomes home, the moment your story becomes a testimony. And the ending, my child, is joy. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are right on time. And the love heaven has prepared is not just coming. It is here. It is yours. And it is forever. And now, beloved, the moment has shifted. The gate has opened, and you are no longer standing still. You are stepping forward, not with the weight of striving, but with the lightness of surrender. This is not a march. This is a dance with heaven's rhythm, where every step you take is guided by the one who wrote your name in the stars. Do you feel it? The air around you is different now. It hums with possibility, vibrates with promise, carries the scent of a season that is no longer waiting but unfolding. God speaks again, his voice like a river flowing through your spirit. My child, you are not chasing anymore. You are receiving. You are not searching anymore. You are seeing. You are not begging anymore. You are believing. And as his words settle, you notice something new. A quiet courage rising in your chest, a softness returning to your breath, a clarity sharpening in your eyes. The world looks different now, not because it has changed, but because you have. You are no longer looking for signs. You are becoming one. Archangel Michael walks beside you, his presence a steady flame that lights your path. This is not about running faster, he says. This is about walking truer. The promise is not ahead of you. It is within you. And every step you take now carries the weight of eternity. He points to the horizon, not with his sword, but with an open hand, as if inviting you to see what he sees. A life no longer bound by the shadows of yesterday, but illuminated by the light of tomorrow. He is not guarding you from danger now. He is guiding you into destiny. Jesus is closer than ever, his steps matching yours, his smile a quiet anchor. You don't need to prove yourself to receive this, he says. You only need to trust yourself, trust the heart I formed, trust the dreams I planted, trust the love I prepared. And as he speaks, you feel the old wounds softening, not because they are gone, but because they are no longer your story. They are no longer the loudest voice in your soul. The loudest voice now is his, whispering, "You are enough, you always were." This is the stepping forward, beloved. The moment where you stop apologizing for your existence and start celebrating it. The moment where you stop hiding your light and start sharing it. The moment where you stop questioning your worth and start living it. You are not stepping into a new life. You are stepping into the life you were always meant to live. A life where your heart is home, where your soul is seen, where your spirit is free. And the signs are already here. They are not loud, beloved. They are soft. A stranger's smile that lingers a little too long. A conversation that feels like a memory. A dream that wakes you with peace instead of longing. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Heaven is speaking in whispers now, not because it lacks power, but because you are close enough to hear, close enough to feel, close enough to know. And what you know, deep in your bones, is this: the love heaven promised is not a distant star. It is a spark already kindling in your path. God says, I am not asking you to find it. I am asking you to feel it, to trust it, to let it find you. And as you walk, you begin to notice the heaviness you carried for so long is lighter now. The questions you wrestled with are quieter now. The fears that once screamed are silent now. Because this is not just a moment. This is a movement of your soul toward the divine, a movement of your heart toward the one it was made to meet, a movement of your life toward the legacy it was created to leave, the divine encounter. And then, beloved, it happens. Not with thunder or trumpets, not with drama or fanfare, but with a stillness so profound it feels like the world has paused, just for you. The divine encounter, the moment when the one heaven prepared steps into your life, not as a stranger, but as a soul your spirit already knows. You may not see it coming, you may not expect the moment when it arrives, but when it does, you will feel it. Your heart will pause, your breath will soften, your soul will whisper, "This is what I've been waiting for." It may be a glance across a crowded room, where their eyes meet yours and the noise of the world fades. It may be a conversation that starts with simple words, but carries the weight of eternity. It may be a moment so ordinary, a shared laugh, a quiet walk, a passing touch, that you almost miss the divine, but you won't miss it, beloved. Because heaven does not let its promises slip through unnoticed. Archangel Michael is there, standing just behind you, his presence a gentle nod. "This is it," he whispers. "This is what we've been guarding." Jesus is closer still, his smile brighter than before. "I told you," he says. "I told you I was preparing something deeper than you imagined, something truer than you dared to hope, something holier than you thought you deserved." And as he speaks, you feel it, the recognition, not of their face, but of their soul, not of their words, but of their presence, not of their perfection, but of their purpose. They are not here to save you. They are here to see you, to walk with you, to love you in a way that feels like remembering. This person, beloved, is not a fantasy. They are flesh and blood, shaped by their own fires, carved by their own storms, softened by their own prayers. They have walked paths that mirrored yours, not in every detail, but in every ache. They have known loneliness, not to break them, but to prepare them. They have known loss, not to diminish them, but to deepen them. They have known waiting, not to punish them, but to align them. And now, they are here, standing before you, their heart a mirror to yours, their light a reflection of the divine. God speaks now, his voice a melody that wraps around you both. "This is not a love I gave to anyone else. This is the love I wrote for you, for them, for this moment." And as you look into their eyes, you see it, not just a person, but a promise. A promise that love does not have to hurt. A promise that connection does not have to break. A promise that you were never meant to walk alone. Their presence feels like home, not because they are perfect, but because they are true. True to the calling heaven placed on their hearts. True to the love heaven prepared for your soul. This encounter is not loud, beloved. It is sacred. It is not rushed. It is right. It is not a storm. It is a sunrise. And as you stand in this moment, you feel the weight of your past bow its head and step aside. The pain you carried does not disappear, but it no longer defines you. The questions you ask do not vanish, but they no longer demand answers. The love you prayed for is no longer a hope. It is here. It is real. And it is yours. The legacy of light. And now, beloved, the ripple begins. This love, this moment, this divine alignment is not just for you. It is for the generations that follow. It is for the prayers you never spoke aloud, but carried in your blood. It is for the children yet unborn, who will inherit the peace you chose today. This is not just a love story. This is a legacy. A legacy of light that will shine long do your footsteps fade from this earth. Archangel Michael stands tall now, his eyes fixed on the horizon of your future. This is what we fought for, he says. Not just your heart, but the hearts you will touch. Not just your healing, but the healing you will bring. Not just your love, but the love that will echo through time. He's not guarding a moment anymore. He's guarding a movement of restoration, of redemption, of revival. Your life, beloved, is no longer just yours. It is a testament to heaven's faithfulness, a beacon of heaven's love. Jesus walks beside you still, his hand extended, his voice a song. This love will make you pray more, not less. It will make you dream more, not less. It will make you live more, not less. And as he speaks, you see it, the ripple effect of this divine encounter. The way your laughter will heal someone else's sorrow. The way your courage will inspire someone else's faith. The way your love will break chains you never even knew existed. God speaks one final time, his voice, a fire that warms without burning. My child, this is the legacy I wrote for you. A legacy not of pain, but of purpose. A legacy not of loss, but of love. A legacy not of waiting, but of worship. And as you hold the hand of the one heaven prepared, as you walk into the life heaven designed, you know it is true. You are not just loved, you are a light. You are not just chosen, you are a chain breaker. You are not just alive, you are a legacy. Breathe, beloved. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a love that reflects heaven, the beginning of a life that reflects eternity, the beginning of a legacy that will never fade.